is remaining in the previous tute. So I just its solution is already given, but just I want to discuss this. This question is very. I just want to say that this question is very beautiful and it has a very good concept that I was not aware of it. Okay, so first of all, if I just consider this regular expression, and if you want to draw a automata, you will think about that. You will just do a modulus of 3 and you will do a modulus of 5. Okay, so again, the automata building is very simple. That first of all, you want to derive the language here. Okay, so after deriving the language, you can go for the automata. There is no problem in that. But see, something strange is going on in this one with the language here. Okay, so if I just see this one, uh, just let me. Okay, now just okay. Now if I just write the language set of this one, it will look like this. The smallest language will be your epsilon because absolutely there is a star here. So the smallest string that is available from here is epsilon. Another one is the smallest string that is your 3 ones. Okay, so I just denote this. This 3 is denoting 3 ones. Okay, so I just write it like this: 3 ones. Okay, so 3 is calculated from this. So in this counting, 4 cannot be there. There is no possible combination for 4. For 5, there is a possible combination. 5 ones are possible from this one because 1, 2, these are 3 ones and these are 5 ones. So that is absolutely possible for this one. Okay, so 5 is also there, so there is no problem. So for 6, check for 6. So again, you can write 6 like by completing 3 into 2. So that is also possible. And for 7, I don't think 7 is possible by any combination. 5 plus 3 is 7, 3 into 3 is 6. So 7 is not possible. Now again, now here the things will get interesting. Now see, for 8, can you derive a 8 here? So that is easily derivable. So 3 ones plus 5 ones, that is your 8. Now 9, 3 times you write 3 ones, that is also possible. Just raise it this to the power of 3, then this will come here. Okay, so for 10 here, so 5 into 2, that is also possible here. So for 11 here, again, see, for 11, it will be 6 plus 5. So 3 into 2 is 6 plus 5. That is also possible with this combination. See, for 12 here, so 12 is 6 into 6. So again, 3 into 4 is also 12. So just raise it to the power of 4, you will get 12 here. For 13, what can be the possible combinations? 5 into 2 plus 3. So that will also that will also calculate this 13. So 13 ones are also possible in the similar way. Now see the pattern and where it is going exactly. Now 14. So for 14, it can be 9 plus 5. Okay, so 3 into 2 plus 5, it will be 14, I think. Just let me see. Yeah, 14. For 15, it is direct. So 5 into 3 is 15. So just raise this 5 once to the power of 5, you will get 15. Okay, so for 16, I think, how can you get it? 3 into 6, 5 into 10. 5 into 10 plus 3 into 6, you will get 16. So that is also possible here. Okay, so for 17, 17, how can I get it? 17, 11 plus 6. Yeah, but 11, how? 6 plus, yeah. So it can be, just see. So 5, 11 plus 6 plus 5 plus 3, 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 is 3. Yeah, so 3 plus 3, 5, 11, 11 plus 5. Uh, no, 7.
Sir, we can do 12 plus 5.
12 plus 5. Yeah, absolutely correct. So that is proper. 12 plus 5. So 3 into 4 plus 3 into 4 plus 5. Yeah, so that is also possible. For 18 also. So I think you are getting bored of this. Just let me complete the counting to 20 here. Okay, so for 18, I think that is already divisible by 3. So it is 9 into 3 into 6 is 18. For 19, so for 5 into 4, I think this is 20. For 19, just let me think. For 19 is 14 plus 5, so 14. No, can anybody give me the combination here? 3 3 5 10 5 5 into 10 plus 3 into 3. Okay, so 9 plus 10. Okay, so in the similar way, if you just go on with this to 22, 20, 23, for every possible combination, there will be available combination of these two terms. Okay, so all the remaining numbers from you're saying 8 to infinity, uh, you can derive it with this regular expression. Okay, so that is a bit of interesting property here. Now most of you will be thinking how exactly this is possible. This should not be possible because exactly what I am doing a factorization. So for a prime number, so for some prime numbers, the factorization will not be possible. But exactly this is not a kind of factorization. So factorization means that if I do a factorization of 8, it will be 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, so there is also a plus symbol in that. So that is not a factorization. Okay, so again, check it for yourself. I think I have checked it for like 20 to 30 prime numbers also, but I'm always able to find some kind of a combination that is possible here. Okay, so that is a very interesting property that I find that I want to share it with you. This question is a very good question. That is why this is an underlying concept of mathematics here. So you can derive any number with the combination of threes and with the combination of 5. It is if it is raised to the power of star. Okay, so automata building is not a complex thing because after 8 all the numbers are coming. So till 7 your states will look like this, but after the 8 is come, you just do a self loop. So automata building is not the problem here. So the problem here is to understand that how if you got this in your competitive exam. I don't think most of the people will not get this question in the first go, because so someone like if you are devoted to this question, you will go it like for 20, but after you cannot check it for 21, 20 to 23. And some people can go for like thinking that this is a prime number, there is no factorization, so they will go with the prime number, but still they will not be sure that it is possible or not. But I'm telling you that this is possible, and it is a very interesting property that I come across. So that is why I've added that question in here. Okay, so that is a little bit of a different question, and the explanation of this will go like this. Okay, so take any number for you. If you want to test it yourself, take any number, 100, 200, any prime number also. There will always be a possible combination of 5 and 3s. Okay. Okay, so just let me see if you have any doubt. Okay. Okay, so that question will be very that answer, that solution to this answer is already given, but I suggest you should try some combinations yourself. Okay, so that will build your concept, and it will strengthen your thing that this kind of patterns are also possible in DFA. So you will okay. So what happens in that when you are studying anything, if you have seen some kind of a pattern, if you are going for aptitude, I think most of you are preparing for aptitudes, and that aptitude contains some series questions, like a series question like A after G, some question like 2, after that it is 5, after that it is 6, and they have to tell what will be the answer there. Okay, so always you when you are trying the first question, you will not be able to solve what exactly is the series, but when you have seen the solution of it, now in your mind you have seen a path that this kind of a combination is possible, and this kind of a pattern is in these terms. Okay, so in the same way, if you have looked at this question, now in your mind that it is always there, that this kind of scenario is also possible. So that is why I'm saying, always saying, that always try to do more and more questions. So this question, I just tell you that this is a gate question. So I don't think that you will find any question that is of high quality, irrespective of any other examination. So most of the questions that are very great are belong to these competitive exams. Okay, so they do test your concept to the core here. So this is again combination of a mathematical concept with the DFA. Okay, so now I move it to the next tute. The next tute is fairly very basic, and it is based on only your Thompson method and the analyzation of your which language is regular and which language is not. Okay, so with again some automata questions are added, so that are not very complex, and this question you have already done it. So mostly all of the questions are fairly basic, and it is I don't think that if you have come till this time, I think all of this question will be easily solvable. So that is why I've included this. This question is already given in the quiz. So again, why I put this question in this in that here, because I just want you to see that you just apply Arden's method on this one and you will get the same answer as it is given in the quiz question, and you will get the same option answer. Okay, so that is why I've added this. Okay, so just I start with this one. So Thomson construction method, if anyone remember it, so just refine your concept and just take out the DFAs that are corresponding to this Thomson construction method, and please draw it, and just let me show that uh, just for the refreshing of the concept I'm doing it. Okay, so I don't think that the Thomson method is a very difficult one, so anybody can. If you keep in mind what are the possible DFAs for a particular for a particular regular expression. For this, if you remember, for 0 plus 1, it looked like this one. Okay, this is 0, this is 1, and something like this. Okay, so again, just take out your wherever you have written these patterns. Just take it out and draw for it. I just want to see. I just want to revise this concept and move on forward with the regular languages. Okay, so just do it one time. Take your time and just revise this concept. Okay, and send me the picture of this Thomson this automata. Okay, I think Daksh got the right one. Okay, so again, it is also already based on this thing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is a correct solution given by Daksh. Okay, so again, it is on only based on the same thing that we have seen, that this one will look like this. That for this one, it just has a this one. It is just placed on this arrow because it is not raised to the power of star. So this one will be placed on the star here. So what can you exactly do here? So if you remember the string for the first of all, if I just try with this one, this first epsilon start from here, I just want to draw this 0 plus 1 only. So I'm not thinking about the star here. I'm only thinking about 0 plus 1. Okay, so what I do, you can add it, start it from here again. Just let me see. From this star, you can start this one from this. Okay, so it will look like this. Just let me see. This one and this one and this one and this one and this one. Okay. Okay, so now this becomes your 0 and this becomes your 1, and it is going to the final state. Yeah, that is 0 plus 1. Now I want a star here, so what I do, I just divert this to back here. So this will be your epsilon, this 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I do, I can again directly go, I just directly go towards the final state. If I'm starting from this one, so I can directly go towards the final state as well. Okay, so I know I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So I know I have included extra states here. You can also directly go towards this state. I just don't want to create any what you say doubt here. So that is why I created this extra state and other extra states also. Okay, so if you see, Daksh Automata is also correct. That is not wrong. So just to avoid the confusion and just for a cleaner build, that you can easily see that this is your 0 plus 1. This is your 0 plus 1, only this part. Okay, so I just highlight this one. Okay, so this part, only this part is your 0 plus 1. Okay, so to raise a star to it, so it will be easy for me to say that this one is raising the star to it. Okay, so this one is raising the star to it. Okay, again, you can do this, you can divert this to this one, but just because there is nothing, there is no kind of a rule here that you have to make less state or you have to make more state. So I'm just following the rule, and because if you why I prefer this one, because if you see that in the 0 plus 1 star method here, the 0 plus 1 star, in the only 0 plus 1, I just write it yourself so you can see for here why I am preferring this one, because if you see, uh, I draw it differently. This is 0, this is 1, and this is epsilon, and this is epsilon. For a star here, like 0 stars, just a term like 0 star, you will see like this will be a string here. Just let me see. Uh, it was, I will, it's like something like this. Okay, so this was your epsilon, and this one your a. So this one your epsilon a, and then there was another one, and that is your loop here. So sorry for that. That is your again epsilon here in this one, and in that one this is your epsilon, and it is going to the final state. And from the first starting state, you can also go towards the final state. Okay, so why I am preferring this arrangement, if you clearly see, the epsilon, if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4 epsilons are from here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 epsilon here. So if I'm combining these two, so I should get 8 epsilon. So that will be way cleaner. So what I do, I now, if you check, this whole term is starting from this one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I got 7 epsilons. Just let me see. 1, 4 I getting from here, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so that is why I'm preferring that you should increase the state if I am getting 8 epsilon here. So just for the sake of completion, I just extended that state. Okay, so there is no problem, you can divert it to this one, but it looks way more cleaner, and I am easily able to justify that whatever the individual epsilons, it is also coming in that portion also. Okay, so in the end you just have to do a 0 star. So this is a simple one, so just raise it to the power of 0 and it is going to the final state. Okay, so just write it like 1 2 3 or q1 q2. It's your will, you what you want to write it. Okay, 7 8 9 10. So again, you do not worry about the number of states, because if you remember Thompson construction method, what we do, uh, we generally get epsilon NFA, and after getting epsilon NFA you have to convert into a NFA, and then you have to convert it into a DFA, and then you have to convert it, then you have to apply a minimization algorithm. So that is itself a very big task. So I don't recommend that you go with Thompson construction method because we have covered this. That is why I've included it. But you can directly draw a DFA for this regular expression. There is no need to go through all of these things. You can directly draw for a regular expression for this one, and you can also draw directly DFA looking at this one, and after seeing the DFA you can easily minimize it. So I prefer the direct approach, but if it is this is also another method that you can go. Okay, so just again the next question, all the questions are based on the first one. If you see, the first one covers all the things. Okay, so 0 plus 1 star 1 followed by a 0 plus 1 star is covered in the second one, and this is just a straight question. There is nothing, no trick to it. There is no raised to power star here, so I don't think that will be a problem here. So this is one of the easiest question, and this 0 plus 1 star is just the same question, and only one is not coming. Okay, so if you delete that part, if you delete this first state, and this second state will become your initial state, and that is the answer to the fourth one. Okay, so I think you get the point here. So and again, now these are the questions that I want to talk about. So again, you know about the pumping lemma. So again, you can apply pumping lemma or here, but by applying pumping lemma you will only get something like that the languages are not regular. Okay, so for deep things that you have, I have given you some informal methods to identify that which language is regular or which language is not. So you can identify it by looking at it. Again, you can go with the pumping lemma as well. So again, if you remember the rules of the pumping lemma, you can go with it. You will find the same thing. Okay, so now tell me, you just have to reply yes and no in your chat box that the first language is regular or not. Okay, so again, remember the four rules. What are the four rules? If you're able to derive a finite automata, if you're able to write a regular expression, if this is a finite language, I think the three rules are there, or the fourth one. Okay, I think, okay, so just follow these three rules. If I remember something I had told you, okay, I will tell you. Okay, now tell me that the first one is a regular language or not. Where a raised to power I, b raised to power x, where x is your prime number and I is greater than equal to 1. Okay, so just tell me what will be the answer here. You just have to reply yes or no. Okay, I think Mayank got the answer. I don't know why my chat box is not working. It is not refreshing. It is just refreshing a bit late. So just let me again refresh it and see if anybody give. Okay, so Vineet has given the answer that yes, this is a regular language. Anybody else? Is this a regular language? A raised to power I, b raised to power x, where x is prime. I don't think for prime number there is no absolute pattern here. Okay, anybody? Okay, so again, because if you remember, we have studied that the prime number does not come in the regular part because we are not able to find. Okay, so uh, just I remember something. I just want to tell you something about. Okay, so again, one student asked me in the class that there is when I'm teaching this pattern that a raised to power n and b raised to power n. Okay, so individually, if I take it this a raised to power n and b raised to power n, these are regular languages, but when I concatenated them, they are not a regular language. Okay, so first of all, keep that in mind when I concatenate these both of these two language. If you remember, write the language and then concatenate, then this will not be a raised to power n, and this will be a raised to power n and b raised to power m. Okay, so first of all, keep that point in mind. Now what I'm telling you about is this a raised to power n, b raised to power n. Now AP series will be followed here. So I think some student has asked me this one, that this a raised to power 3, b raised to power 3, this one a raised to power 4, b raised to power 4. Okay, so when the student asks this question, he's absolutely correct. He or she, the student that asked this question, that if you minus this one, it is also a common difference here, and this is also a common difference here. Okay, so to that one, I just want to tell you that only in this case, this is an exception here. So I just went ahead after that and tried another combinations, like that combination. I just tell you another combinations, like uh, if you remember like this b raised to power j raised to power 2, something like that. This was not regular, because we are not able to find any kind of a particular any particular kind of a AP in this one. Okay, so if I went ahead and combine it with any other in any other string like e raised to power I and b raised to power g raised to power scale, this again becomes a regular in this regard. Okay, so this is again not regular. In a similar way, if you remember, we have done this question where b raised to power something like this, b raised to power 2 raised to power n. So again, if you find that one there, this is not a AP, and we are not able to find any pattern here. But if I went ahead and combine these two, like a raised to power something like m here, and this b raised to power 2 raised to power n, again, because this term is not regular here, so I can directly say this, that this is not regular. If this single term is not regular, when I'm combining it, it will not be regular here. But there is an exception in this one, because this is a regular, and this singly is also this is a regular. But when I concatenate it, this does not result in a regular part. Okay, so again, for this one, keep in mind that for a raised to power and b raised to power n, however, there is a AP exist here, but still, but just wait for a minute. Just wait. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so for this one, just consider this an exception, because uh, this individually it is a AP. Individually, this is a AP, but when I combine it, it is also a AP. But still, it is not a regular here. So keep that thing in mind, that this only is an exception in our part. And if you remember that a raised to power n, where n is prime. Okay, so n is prime. If we have studied this one, this is not a regular language. Okay, because we are not able to find any AP in that part. And if I take this, suppose this is b raised to power n here, and I just take this part and take another string like a raised to power n and concatenate it with that. Okay, so singly it's not a regular language, and when you combine it, it also not a regular language. Okay, so I will always be interested in the not regular part, not regular part. Okay, so when in this case, if you clearly see this a raised to power n single, if I take it individually, and b raised to power n, if I just take it individually, they are both regular. Okay, so when I concatenate it, I again, I'm not sure about it. But when a particular string is not regular, when a particular string like this one is not regular, and you combine it with any other part of the string, the resulting will always be not regular. Okay, keep that thing in mind, the resulting will always be not regular. This is the concept that I want to tell you. Okay, so only in this one, because the individual terms are regular. If any individual term is not regular, when you write it with any term, so that automatically becomes not regular. Okay, so keep that trick in mind also. Okay. Okay, so now this particular first one, because if you remember where x is prime was not regular. Okay, so the question like this, a raised to power n, where n is prime, in the class we have done this, that was not regular. Okay, so that was not regular. And if I take this string and combine it with anything like b raised to power m here, where m is greater than equal to 0 and n is prime. Okay, so first of all, this is not regular, and when I'm combining it with anything, it will also result in not regular. Okay, so that is why this first question is not regular. Keep that thing in mind. Okay, just let me delete this. Okay, now see the next one. There are something that I do not know that I have told you in the class. I will tell you about it. Don't worry about this. See the second question. Now second question, again, consider this W, that W belongs to your A plus B star. Okay, so it can also be represented A comma B star, or it can also be represented like this, that W belongs to your A plus B star. Okay, so it's just talking about the symbols here. The input symbols for W can be this. Okay, can anybody tell me that this is regular or not? Just reply yes or no. Okay, I think Mayank has given the answer for second question. Okay, that is no. Anybody else? Anybody want to give answer? Just you have to reply yes and no. Okay, so I encourage you to see the tute, always see the tute, because if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me. And if you are getting any other regular expression and any other answer, I am able to clarify this rather than watching it on a recording. So that will again, that will delay your concept. So recording is just for your revision. But just for tute one, I just recommend for tute one, always try to attempt attend your live tute, because if you have any kind of doubt in the question on the spot, I can remove your doubt. But if you're watching it on the recording, it will become late, and some of you may ask and some of you may not ask, thinking that this is late. So again, I encourage you to, if you are again watching it on recording and you got another regular expression, another automata, another DFA, just mail me that I will reply to you on mail, as well as if you want to give it the message on Teams also, I will reply to you on Teams. Okay. So again, this question is a very, again, this question looks like this is, it is A raised to power n and B raised to power n. If you clearly see, it is saying that the number of A's in the string W should be equal to the number of B's in the string in the string W. Okay, so it is just saying that the number of A's and B's are together, but it is not telling you the order of it. Okay, so for, if I just write the language for it, so it is also possible, AB is also possible, AAB is also possible, but this kind of a string is also possible, like AB, AB. So here number of A's and number of B's are equal here. In the same way, A, B, 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 A. This kind of a string is also possible because there are 4 number of A's and 4 number of B's. But in this one, the language is only A followed by a B, and B cannot be again, A cannot follow after B, A cannot come. So that is restricted. Okay, so this language is also not regular because we have to remember how many number of A's we have seen. In the similar way, this is also based on the same lines, that you have to remember how if you have seen 4 A's, after seeing 4 B's, then you have to accept the strings. Okay, so again, this is based on the same line. So, and this is again not a regular one. Okay, so oh yeah, just this is not a regular, and this one is also not regular. Okay, so now this question is a bit interesting one. Okay, so anybody can tell me that if this number of A's in W is less than equal to number of B's in W, is it a regular expression or not? Just write yes or no. For the third one, just let me refresh. If you have not replied, I think I do not got any reply here. Just let me again see. Okay, I think I got the reply of Mayank here. Okay, so Mayank is again saying that this part is not a regular one. Okay, so that is again based on the same thing, because you have to remember the number of A's, uh, that the number of A's should be less than. So if I just see that, I have to remember that I have seen, like, suppose this A's are less than B's. Okay, so now I have to remember I have seen three A's, so I can compare it with that B's. So if there are two B's only, then I will go to the final state. If it is not possible, then I cannot go to the final state. Okay, so now this again, the next question. Again, just tell me this is a regular one or not for this fourth one. Again, there is a mod here. Is that make any difference or not? Okay. Okay, so I think for C, Vineet and Daksha are also correct that this is not a regular language. Just tell me about 4. I think I'm getting my replies in the chat box very late. Okay. For D, Mayank, for this fourth one, Mayank has said no. Any other one? Okay, so again, the answer for this is yes, but you can build a DFA for that one. So that I know that most of you will be thinking that this should not be there, because you have to remember the number of A's. But because of this mod, I got a pattern. Okay, so for mod counter, there is always a pattern here. So it is always applicable. Don't worry about it if you don't understand. What I do, this question, and there is another question type like this sixth one. I will tell you in class. Okay, so I will build a DFA for this fourth question so that you understand how mode, wherever there is mode, that part is always regular. Okay, so just hold for that fourth question and this sixth one. Okay, there are some hidden concepts here. So this I have already told you about this. If you remember, number of A's in W, mod 2, we have done this question, like some question like this, number of B's in mod 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so it is just based on the same line, just the resulting automata, I just do some modification of the resulting automata so that you understand what exactly I'm talking about. Okay, so for this fourth one, just hold for a moment. I will tell you this one in class, and for this sixth one also, just hold for a little bit of time. I will tell you in class. Okay, so all of the student I will tell you at that time. Okay, so for fifth one, I think fifth one is fairly basic one. All of you can easily tell me that this is a regular language or not. Okay, so anyone? Okay, so I think Mayank got the right answer here. All of you got the right answer, that this is Daksh is also right, and yes, this fifth one, yes, it is a regular language, because you clearly see, you will got like 999 first 1,000 state that are not final. After that, you just have to do this raised to the power of the, then you will get your answer. Okay, so the finite automata is possible for this one. You can directly say that this is a regular language. So just leave it this one. This is also a regular language. I will tell you how. So this is also a very hidden concept in that. I will tell you how. Just don't worry about that right now. Okay. So see the seventh question here. So anybody can tell me about the seventh one. A raised to power n, B raised to power n, and C raised to power. I think you can easily tell this. I have already told you the shortcut for this one. Okay, so I think Daksh got the right answer. For the seventh one, it is no. Because if you see, I have to remember the number of A's. I have to remember that I have seen this number of A's, and I have to see for this number of B's. Then I have seen this number of B's, I have to see this number of C's. Okay, so there is some kind of a memory requirement is there. So I cannot ensure you. Okay, so that is why this is not regular. Okay, see for the seventh, eighth question. So just tell me what would be the answer. Is this a regular language or not? Okay. So again, the eighth question is based on the same line, because if you remember, I have to see that if it is a raised to power n, b raised to power n plus m, and c raised to power, I think c raised to power m here. So the length of I have to remember, I have to see the length of a and c. Suppose the length of a and c looks like 4. So I have to remember I have seen the length of 4. Now the length of b should also be 4. Okay, so that is n plus m. So when I see this string, only when I get the length of b as 4, then I will go to the final state. Okay, so I also need some kind of a memory to remember that how many A's and how many C's are coming. So in the end, I just count it and make sure that they are following the same pattern, and they are the addition of these two strings. Okay, that is why this is again a no here. Okay, now see the ninth one. I think just see this one. Is this correct or not? I think you are fairly getting the trick here why I placed it inside this, because this is a finite one. Okay, so it becomes finite. There is no need of checking. Just write a yes here. In the similar way, the next one is again yes, because this is again a finite pattern. Okay, so if the pattern is finite, there is no way, no need to check any of this thing, because a finite pattern, for a finite pattern, always a regular expression is available. Okay, so now this is that. Now again, I will always try to add one DFA question here. So just this is very simple DFA question. I think you can easily do this. Just tell me, draw the automata for this one. I just write it here. So W1, just understand why I have given you this type of question, because I want you to understand what exactly they are saying by looking at the question. Okay, so all of the time I used to explain you what exactly is given in the question, but now it's your turn to understand what is the statement and to draw automata regarding that. So I will not tell you anything about it. Just first you draw the automata, then I will explain. Okay. Just try it yourself, like take like 5 minutes. No, it will not take more than 4 minutes. Just take like 5 minutes. I will tell you the solution in 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, Mayank. Uh, just read the question carefully. Okay, so I just show you the PDF of that question if it is not understandable from here. Just read the question carefully. Okay, so this thing represents something. These lines represent something. Okay, if you remember, you know about this. Just try it again. If I just give you the meaning of this question, I think all of you can easily do this, but I just want you to first try it yourself. Look at the question and kindly understand this one. Absolutely correct answer by Vineet. Well done, Vineet. Okay, so I think you understand the term here. What exactly they are saying? This this W1 and these lines across the W1 represent the length. Okay, so it is saying that the length of W1 should be 2 and the length of W2 should be greater than equal to 3. Okay, now this question, now automata building is very simple. That is not very difficult. But if you first understand the question first, take if you like, if you're solving, you can solve any DFA question in under 5 minutes. Okay, so if you're solving any DFA question under 5 minutes, just take your first 3 minutes to understand the question. Okay, so I will always say that if you're going in any examination, going for any examination, first read the question very carefully. Always in a high level examinations like GATE and ISRO, always read, take your time to read the question. Okay, so again, denote your 70% time to reading the question. If you understand the question, the concept is very easy. If you know the concept, you can easily do this under any 2 or 3 minutes. But first, the most of the people do this mistake, that they just go very quickly. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, so now in this one, the automata building is very fairly simple as given by beneath here. So just see that the length of W1 should be 2. So it means that the length of W1 should be 2, because this is the input alphabet here is AB as it is written here. So this is your AB and the W1 length is always 2. Now here there is a in between. So at that part, and now I only want A, I do not want B here. So just I just divert it to the dead state. Okay. Now after that, I want the length of W2 should be greater than equal to 3. So it will become like 1, 2, and 3. After 3, any number of threes can come. Okay, so any number of A and B's can come. Sorry, it is dependent upon the length. So just write B alongside it. Okay, these are your minimum states. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. You will get eight states. Okay. I don't think you will be able to minimize it, because there is a compulsion for the length here. There is no way you can minimize this one. Okay, so minimum state will also be 8 states. Okay. Okay, now all the questions are again very easy. If you see this question, I think if you recognize this one, can anybody tell me the language corresponding to this one? Okay, Mayank, well done. Mayank also drawn the correct one. This language, have you seen this language anywhere? I think you have seen this in the previous tute, if you remember. Just in place of A's, there are zeros, and in place of B's, there are ones. Can anybody recognize this language? Just take out some strings, I think you can understand it. Okay, so if you don't remember this, I just take it to the diversion to this question. Okay, write a regular expression where input alphabet is in, where no two A's should come together. Okay, so that is the same expression in place of your epsilon here. So this is lambda. So that is why I have exclusively used lambda. So you remember that epsilon or lambda is one and the same thing. Okay, so again, I can use these two things interchangeably. So some books use lambda, some books use epsilon. Okay, so epsilon is the most widely recognized terms in every book, but some books are also using lambda. So in examinations, you will also find the usage of lambda instead of epsilon. So don't think that this is a different thing. This is just based on the lambda here. Okay, so the lambda is again one and the same thing uh, as your epsilon here. Okay, so if you clearly see, if you take out strings like 0 1 0 1, you can get 1 0 1, you can get, and in the ending you can also end it with 0, you can also end it with 1 here, so that is also possible. Okay, so what you are saying exactly, so in this no two zeros are coming together. Okay, so no two zeros are coming together. So this regular expression R represent a set of strings where no two zeros are coming together. Okay, okay. So now just derive this fifth one. I think it's a fairly basic question. Okay. So again, just this question is already done in the quiz. So I recommend that what you do, you first try Arden's method here and see the solution on the quiz. Okay. So that will be the answer here. So there is no two ways about it. Okay. So just try Arden's method. We have already done Arden's method. So this is for your own practice. And this question you should also try it yourself. This is just this is nothing. Just if you I just want to show you that if you remember what exactly you can you draw uh, DFA by looking at this transitions that is given in the question only. Okay, so you will get the TFA that is given in this question, that where number of A's and number of B's are both even, are both odd. If you remember the automata, you can directly draw it, but I suggest you will go with these steps. Okay, what happens is sometimes we do not give any automata. Irrespective of automata, I can give you something like this, and I will not tell you about this thing, that this what is this particular language. So you have to first draw automata, then you have to understand that exactly what is going on. Okay, so in this one you have to the language is given, the transitions are given. Now you have to choose final and initial state. Only you have to tell final and initial state. That you can only tell by just by drawing automata, that which can be a final and which can be initial state. Okay, so now this question is again based on the Arden's theorem. I will not repeat this one. So this is on for your own practice. So try it. I will post the solution. Don't worry about that part. Now this question is also a very interesting one. Now again, I always try to add one MCQ question so that you understand this regular expression question. How can you do this regular expression question? Okay, so the language is saying that W belongs to 0 plus 1 star. So it only means that the input alphabet is 0 and 1, where W has even number of ones. Okay, so I don't this is if I have not given you any option, you can directly derive this. I know all of you can directly derive a regular expression for this one, because we have done like even number of A's and even number of B's, that one, because the options are given. Now it is very difficult to recognize that which particular option is giving out even number of ones here. Okay, so if you clearly see, this option is also giving even number of ones, because this one is fixed, this one is fixed, and this option is also giving even number of ones. This is one, this is one. This is also giving I think this one is not giving even number of ones. Okay, so the first look it sees that it is giving even number of ones, so just go with that. And this one is also giving even number of ones, because this one is fixed and this one is fixed. Okay, you have to go with the option elimination method to derive out a string that is not possible, and that does not contains even number, but it is not accepted by does not come under this one. Okay, so just tell me what is the answer and what are the strings that can be derived. Okay, so just I take one example. So I will give one example here. So I also don't know the answer. Just I just take A here. So all the even numbers are possible. There is no two ways about it. But I have to extract that strings where even number of one is possible, where even number of ones is there, but something I add to it that is not generated by this regular expression. Okay, just let me see, because there is a star here. So if I just do this 1 1, so 1 1 is possible. So if I just do this 1 1 0 1 1 0 0. Is this possible? 1 1. No, I don't think this is possible. Okay, so just take a look at this. You can take one from this side, one from this side. That is absolutely correct. And for two zeros, so to take a 1 0 from this side, but this one is fixed here. So there is no star here. So after this 0, always there will be a 1. So again, this string is even. It contains even number of string, but this string is not generated by this A. So A is absolutely not the answer. Okay, so just try it yourself for B, C, and D and tell me the answer. What will be the answer? Okay. Okay, so just try it. I'm also trying it with yourself. I'm also trying it. Just tell me the strings on, if you are eliminating any option, just tell me one string. Okay. So I think at the C option, I again, this string is not there. This string only, this one. Okay, so just let me see what has happened there. Okay, so the same string, if I give it 1100, I don't think that it is able to extract it. Just let me see. One you can get it from here. This is 0 star. Just forget about it. One you can get it from here. Okay. So in the next one, if I repeat this one again, I will get a one here. So triple one, I will get the least smallest string I will get. So 110 is not possible here. Now I think I can again check for this string. This string seems difficult for everyone. Just let me see. One one you can get it from here, another one you can get it from here, and 0 0 you can get it from here. Okay, so what another string, so I just increase the number of ones so that it should enter in this one. So 1 1 1 1. Now a 0, start with this one, 0 1, so it will 1 come from here, and then 1 it will come from this one, and then another one it will come from this one, and if I just again delete this one, I think now I got the string triple one zero zero. Okay, so one you can get it from here, one you can get it from here, this one you can get it from here, and now if I just, yeah, but you can get it. No, no, no. Okay, so this one is fixed, and this one is also, but this is not but this is not even. Just let me see what I can do. So I have to add another one here. So just let me see. Uh, so one one one, so one one one, and 0 0. So one. Okay, so I don't think you are able to generate that string. Okay, so just let me again see. One you can get from this one, yeah, this one, and this one you can get from this one, and because this is 0 star, you can get this one from this one. After that, you can go ahead. I don't think you should go ahead because I have to go ahead only by getting a one here. So I just repeat this one, and by repeating this one, I want another one here. Okay, so now I don't think this string is generatable from this one. Now if you clearly see, again, just even number of ones, 1 2 3, just delete that one. Okay, so now 1 2 3 4 even number of ones are there, but I don't think that is generatable from this D. Again, let me see. One you can get from here, one you can get here, three ones are there. Now I want two zeros. Now I want a zero after these three ones. I will not be able to get a zero after this one. Okay, so that is why Again, I know now I know the answer is B. There is no need to check for B because I have found this string that is not acceptable, this string and this string. Okay, so oh, sorry for that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
सर डी ऑप्शन नहीं होना चाहिए, डी ऑप्शन करेक्ट होना चाहिए।
क्यों, कैसे होगा? कोई स्ट्रिंग ये
सर जब आपने
हो तो
एग्जांपल दिया है उसमें नंबर ऑफ वंस इज ऑड।
नहीं नहीं, आपने, मैं एग्जांपल चेंज कर दिया ना, देखो 1 1 1 0 0 1, सो इसमें नंबर ऑफ वंस इवन हो गए ना।
yes,
अब देखो 1 यहाँ से आ गया, यहाँ से स्टार्टिंग वाले से, अगला 1 यहाँ से आ गया, यहाँ से, ठीक है, अगला 1 आ गया हमारा 0 स्टार है तो यहाँ से आ जाएगा, ठीक है। अब मुझे 0 चाहिए, ओके, तो 0 बिकॉज यहाँ पे ये वाले 1 पे स्टार नहीं है तो मैं यहाँ पे नहीं जा सकता। अगर मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, मतलब इसी स्ट्रिंग को रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, तो यहाँ पर भी एक 1 परमानेंट है, तो इसके बाद 1 ही चाहिए मुझे, तो ये वाला 0 2 जीरो आ ही नहीं रहे, तो ये स्ट्रिंग जनरेट नहीं हो रहा मेरे से, तभी मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये स्ट्रिंग इस रेगुलर एक्सप्रेशन से नहीं जनरेट हो पाएगा। ओके, चेक दिस योरसेल्फ आल्सो। ओके, यू अंडरस्टैंड?
यस सर।
ओके
सर बी ऑप्शन में 1 1 0 0 भी तो नहीं जनरेट होगा?
बी ऑप्शन में 1 1 0 0, जस्ट लेट मी सी, 1 you can get from here, 1 you can get from here, but 0 0 you can get from here easily. This is 0 star, you can get 2 zeros from this one. Give any other string.
Okay sir.
So again, sorry for taking your more time. I think your class was over at 35. I just taken enough time. Okay, so thank you for listening and you can move on to the next lecture.